A city famous for techno music, Berlin, gets a surprising new status. And are you losing that catchy tune in your head? No worries, Google is working on apps that read your mind to find the song by humming. Speaking of tunes, your workout might just turn into a rave thanks to live DJ tie-ins. And did I mention there is a way to get fined for not having a place to sleep? Buckle up, because this is one episode you can't miss. In what can only be described as the most important campaign of 2024 for the world, Berlin's techno culture was recognized by UNESCO World Heritage Organization for cultural importance. Facing stiffer competition than Putin faced in his elections, the campaign to recognize techno in Berlin as culturally significant was not guaranteed to be successful. UNESCO hasn't been traditionally willing to recognize dance as a heritage-level designation, as Detroit, which is considered one of the birthplaces of techno, has been unsuccessful in their bid. The organization has been getting better though, as the Warehouse, considered the original house club in Chicago, was recognized as historic last year. The teams in Berlin now hope the designation should help it keep its culture vibrant and allow less regulations that usually stop club openings or cause shutdowns. With the cost of rent increasing for the club locations worldwide and the issues faced in UK with their systems, I hope this helps keep Berlin as full techno as it is today. I was lucky enough to experience Berlin recently with my show there. So what do you know? Maybe next time you will dance with me in Berlin. From one music destination to another, Ibiza wants to make sure you don't show up unannounced. Upon entry, visitors to the island are going to be required to show they have accommodation somewhere on the island. A new fine for non-EU members entering on holiday who don't have a place to call temporary home could be up to €10,000. The non-EU designation means that those in the UK are now subject to these rules. And the hope is that this should help reduce bad behavior by visitors during the summer season. Doing physical exercise is not everyone's favorite activity. It is hard to get motivated to get up and work out regularly, but exercise company Platoon wants to try to make it easier for dance music fans. In what they say is a world first, the company has announced a resident DJ program in partnership with Defected Records. The UK-based label will now provide DJ soundtracks for your virtual bike rides to go along with your virtual journeys available through the app. They will also have live DJs available during the online classes that Platoon currently runs, giving exclusive shows as a reason for you to show up on time. If you live in areas with Platoon studios, the two companies are working on in-person live events as well, with an artist roster that includes Basement Jaxx, Roger Sanchez, Claptons, Camel Fat, and many more. Some of these events may be pretty significant performances. Who knows? Maybe I need to start riding bikes. Then I can get a residency at my local gym. We are really a tiny channel and we really need your help. If you enjoyed the video up to now, please consider like and subscribe. It really helps a ton. 95% of people who watches the videos haven't subscribed yet. So maybe today is the day. If you produce music, what is your goal? Do you want to have your logo shining brightly behind you as you play at a full crowded festival and club? Or do you just want to have your art create a comfortable living for you? Would you even dream of being as big as Avicii? There is an artist that has just about as many streams as Avicii, and I almost guarantee you have never heard of him. Johan Rohr, a Swedish producer, has over 15 billion, yes, with a B, streams on Spotify, and yet his name is probably completely unheard of. This producer has released tracks under more aliases than an MI5 agent trying to infiltrate an evil henchman's company. 2,700 tracks are linked to Johan and his 656 artist names. I am having hard enough time to managing my 2 YouTube channels, so I can't even imagine 656 different brands. How do you even decide on the passwords? You make them all save? Johan 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Globally, Johan's music places him in the top 100 artist stream of all time on Spotify and beats out huge acts like Metallica and Michael Jackson. The streams make him around 3 million just in streaming revenue annually, which with today's inflation is a livable wage. All of these means he is completely anonymous yet hugely successful. The question is, morally, would you be willing to be this deceptive by releasing music under various names so no one knows who you are, or would you rather better be well known for your art. Let me know in the comments what you think of how Johan has gone about accumulating his streams. If streaming isn't your goal for your music and you would rather see a headliner slamming your jam on the main stage, there is still a lot of issues around how producers get paid. Most producers are extremely excited to hear their tracks played live on a huge stage. And while that gets your adrenaline pumping as quickly as rappelling down the side of the Alps cliffs, it still will be good to see some financial return on all those countless hours you spent choosing the right snare sound. A new collective of festivals and clubs and DJs are trying to change the way the payment system works for these situations. SYNTHS, a company that started in 2022 by producer DVS1, created to support the sound collective that has promised to pay 10% of the DJ's fees to the producers on the DJ's playlist. The example they gave was if a DJ was paid 10,000 for their appearance, 1,000 will be set aside, and if the DJ set had 30 tracks, those funds will be distributed back to the original artists. I definitely commend the initiative for this new look at performance revenue and hope this catches on at more clubs and festivals. With all that music being made and uploaded, there is more opportunities for that one song to get stuck in your head. You know, that one you are thinking about right now, the catchy one you heard at that one club that one night. The creative engineering team at Google wants to make it way easier for you to locate the track that has been driving you nuts for the last week and stream it in YouTube Music. According to reports, the search giant is beta testing a new hum to search feature that will allow you to badly hum the memory and it will find it for you to add to a playlist. While the technology has been around for a little while as a regular search feature, YouTube Music is now going to have the feature integrated into the mobile apps, so you can now directly find the music to stream instantly. Living in the future is so cool sometimes. When MTV hit the airwaves way back in the 80s, it was avant-garde to have 24/7 TV channel dedicated to music videos. Unfortunately, since the Kardashians and real-world strangers started living together, MTV just hasn't been the same. Music videos have become a hidden art form, with limited places for you to find visual performances of your favorite songs. Most YouTube music videos are now oftentimes just an audio visualizer set to the track, but hopefully with some competition that might be changing. Spotify has announced they want in on the music video game and are launching a music video service to help stimulate this market. Available in limited countries for now, the company hopes this new old medium will be a hit with subscribers and will roll out the features to other markets soon. Let's take a poll. What's your favorite music video and why? Put it in the comments below. I am really curious because I have a favorite. Am I addicted to my phone? How about you? Do you have more screen time than a 5-year-old with ADHD? Splice, everyone's favorite sample subscription service, has decided that you obviously don't spend enough time on your phone. They've announced the release of a new mobile app that is aimed to keep you glued to the device. The new mobile platform will let you search, sort, arrange, and even layer samples you find on the platform for fast idea creation that can be later be transferred to the desktop app. You can even share stacks, what they call collection of samples that are playable in the app together with other collaborators straight from the mobile platform. I guess this is a bit better than just spending time on the latest Angry Birds 2 game. Who plays Angry Birds? The boomers, the millennials, stop! There are better games. We have new free plugins to check out this week. Mntra, M-N-T-R, Mntra, but I will call it Mntra. Mntra Instruments make some high-quality sample instruments that run on their free Mandala sample player. Think Contact, but with better visuals. Their latest instrument, Sur, is a free drone library built from instruments used in classical Indian music. The library features 16 presets and 8 instruments that are able to be combined and blended to create different exotic soundscapes. The instrument even features a micro-tuning feature to help you precisely dial in or dial slightly out to the sound with the tune of your track to create new and interesting ways to texture samples. Phil Spicer is a producer that has transitioned into the plugin development game recently. I think he still needs to work on his naming process though, with the plugins like the instrument, the pattern, and now the compressor. I think he may need some help in the marketing department. Or maybe not. Maybe he becomes the plugin developer. The compressor is his latest release, and this one is being given away for free. If you like to have a visual cue for what compression is doing to your sound, this device might be right for you. It gives you an oscilloscope that shows you where your compressor is working and how much is applied to the sound. While none of this is groundbreaking, the plugin does have cool colors and might just help you better understand compression for free. If there is a plugin that gets less publicity but seems to be in every producer's plugin folder, TrackSpacer is that plugin. A dynamic EQ sidechain plugin, TrackSpacer allows you to apply specific EQ cuts to different tracks in your DAW based on the input from another track's signal. The masker is a new free version of the same idea from Lim plugin company. Simply put the masker on the track you want to move out of the way of your lead and sidechain that to the lead sound and designate how much you want it to reduce that sound. The simple concept makes it easy to create space in the mix for the things that are most important. TrackSpacer has always seemed to be an underrated tool to have, so it is good to see a free version available now. If you are anything like me, you appreciate plugin packages that give you a whole host of tools to use as a single source for your effects needs. Kilohearts, the kings of making sound go truly wild with their snap series plugins, have added to the package with a new shaper snap. I have never met a web shaper that didn't pique my interest, and the company promises that their shaper and shaper table snaps have black magic that helps reduce the typical aliasing that you get with the web shapers. Meant to produce very digital and harsh sounds, if you want to add some grunge to your track, these might be just what the doctor ordered. VOX Samples did it again with another release of a free device. This time it is more aggressive, and I love it. Wider Tiger is a stereo widening device with a typically great graphic animal. This time, not nearly as cuddly, but still as impressive. With their typical simple 3-knob design, adapt to 300 with your sound spanning, and a high-pass filter do not affect the low-end sub-frequencies. VOX, I think a sponsorship for this segment is in order, so let's chat. This week was a very busy week in the paid plugin space, so instead of giving some of them a highlight, I thought I would cover them a bit more quickly in one big section of the news. GForce is well known for making some of the best analog hardware emulations on the market. The award-winning OBX Oberheim clone is considered one of the best recreation of that classic synth anywhere. VSM stands for Virtual Swing Machine, and it is a cross between a hardware emulation as well as a total new take on layering sounds. It starts with 46 rare swing machines that have been expertly recreated and then allowed to layer to create completely unique instruments from 2 devices. The update to this device adds a lot of additional features like 3-band EQ, new variable state filters, and ensemble effects, wow and flutter for warmth, LFO routing, and much more. This update also improves the menu for the 1900 plus presets included, as well as some improvements to the interface to make everything easier to make something unique. VSM IV is on sale now for a discount of £70. Is it a bird calling that I hear? Do you hear that chirping? Even if you did, would you think it will be a great effects plugin? Yeah, me neither. But that didn't stop Blööps, what can only be described as a unique plugin company, from making Birb. Birb has 3 effects modules: a repeater, a resonator that makes the sound imitate a bird sound, and a reverb called Nature that is meant to emulate more outdoor spaces. The UI is funky but fun, and as a bird resonator, I can honestly say I've never heard of that style of effects before. If that sounds like fun, check out Birb for $14 in the links below. I seem to think a trend is happening in the industry. Companies are now charging people for the rights to beta test their plugins. Polyverse is the latest company to try this approach out by opening up their beta for Filterverse up to anyone willing to pay for the plugin. With a 0.6.7 version number as of this report, this is not even the first release, and Polyverse promises to have the release candidate version soon. If you can't wait and don't mind helping test the bugs on their latest offering, you can get it on the beta program for €80. What you get in return is a plugin that promises a whole different approach to filters and modulations. You can combine up to 3 different filters and apply 8 different modulation sources in a multitude of combinations to create wild new filter effects. Routing audio can also be done both in parallel or series through the filter chains to create some very interesting results. Do you think it is okay that plugin companies are charging their customers for the right to test plugins pre-release? Let me know, I'm curious to hear. Plugin Alliance is really going back in time, trying to recreate the sounds of 100 years ago. Their latest plugin, the Neold Wunderlich, is a vacuum tube mojo box, a device that adds harmonics to sound in combination of compression and saturation that is meant to emulate how 1930s sounded. The 1930s? I thought movies were silent then. Are we just muting the signal? Oh, you mean phonos and records? Got it. Modeling blue vacuum tubes that were used in broadcast equipment in 1930s, these rare devices give a whole new meaning to lo-fi. The device even has a variable compression circuit and onboard mixer to go along with the vacuum tube EQ emulation. If you really want that old school sound, you can get the Wunderlich now for $130. In what I can only think of as one of the most eye-rolling statements of the year, the artist formerly known as Kanye West, now has claimed he has invented all new genres of music in the last 20 years. Yes, that's right folks. Dubstep, future bass, Afro house, tech house, and many more dance genres were all an invention of the R&B master, or hip-hop master, or trap master. What is his bass genre? Okay. Stop laughing, we know. The claim came during an interview with the Vulture magazine, and we are surprised that the host didn't stop right there and challenge the claim. I guess we all owe Mr. Ye a lot. Thanks for being the god figure of dance music that we didn't know it existed. All praise to be Ye, our savior and father in dance. Just kidding. Wow, that was a big week to tune in for, and I hope you have enjoyed tuning in each week. Until next week, get out there and make something great.